Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Barbeno's World. And I'm starting off in creative mode again, but not because we're building a farm. I just was testing out some building designs for the paths to use outside of my villager breeder. And yeah, I came up with a few designs that fit with the color scheme. I really like this one, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's not lit up at all, and we need to really make sure that the villagers are safe, so we want everything to be non-spawnable. So I tried using end rods as lighting, which seemed like a good idea. This is my first attempt. It looks kind of stupid, but at least it's lit up. And then I eventually settled on this one, which is kind of like a cross between the two. And yeah, I think it looks really nice. It'll be pretty expensive though, because I need to collect a bunch of these quartz pillars. Oh yeah, also over here at the villager breeder, as you can see, we've got a bunch of villagers here. And yeah, they're already causing me a bunch of lag. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, it'd be nice if there's a way to like limit the amount rather than just having them die of entity cramming once they get up to 24, because I don't need that many stored up. Before we start on those paths, I want to show you a couple things that I did off camera. I changed up the nether portal. It's now tall and inside the building. I also put these armor stands in it. They look pretty ugly, but I do it to stop the pigmen from spawning because they're so annoying. Anyways, we put these level elevators in. One takes you up, and the other one just drops down. The last thing I want to do to finish off the interior of this building is put a roof here just to cover up all of this dirt because that's super ugly. I'm going to use the warped slabs and the dark prismarine slabs for this. Hopefully that should look good and fit with the theme quite well. It looks a little bit ugly as it is now because you can see the corners of the dirt a little bit there, but I think it's fine. So yeah, let's start building those paths. I need to use this piglin bartering farm for quite a while because it's going to take ages to collect all of that quartz. So I've been AFKing at my bartering farm for probably a couple hours. I've used almost a double chest of gold ingots. And yeah, it's going a little bit slow in terms of quartz. We've only got this much. And yeah, I think I'm losing a little bit. And yeah, basically, I think I can possibly fix the issue by doing this one thing I just came up with. Because basically any overflow items just end up going here, sitting on top of this hopper. And yeah, instead of having it stay there, I want to make it loop back around to the start of the filters way over there. This is going to look probably a little bit messy, but I just want to continue this path, basically just snaking around the outside of this. We can go, yeah, I guess probably all the way behind and around to connect up to there. Okay, the looping system is in, and I just want to give it a quick test. So say one stack of quartz comes up, that would be more than enough to overfill the system. So if I chuck it in, it's gonna, some of it gets picked up in those hoppers, but most of it just goes around again. And hopefully we should see it coming back soon. Oh, it must have gotten picked up by these hoppers. Anyways, if it doesn't get picked up by these hoppers, basically if these hoppers are full as well, then it'll go along this way, and hopefully we can see the items loop back around. And hopefully it gets aligned properly. And I think a bit more got picked up. Alright, now I'm just going to do a bit more AFKing at this farm so that I can get enough resources, and then I can finally start on those paths. Welcome back, everybody, and yeah, this was a pretty quick build, and I think the path looks super nice. But yeah, just as I expected, I did end up running out of quartz pillars pretty quickly, so I only ended up having a few of them go down to the bottom of the ocean, and yeah, I'm gonna have to collect more. I'm pretty sure villagers can trade quartz blocks. So yeah, once we get this set up, we'll hopefully be able to trade for some quartz blocks and make those into pillars. But until then, we'll just leave them cut off. You can barely tell. Anyways, let's go check out the next build that I have planned. I also built it in creative. Alright, here is my next build. You may have seen this at the start of the video, and it's going to be the trading hall for my librarian villagers. And yeah, I think it looks really nice. Basically, the theme for my trading halls, or like how I'm going to build them, is I'm not going to have any exterior. I'm basically just going to build up the interior of the trading hall and not focus on how the outside looks. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good. We just have the trading hall. All of these are pens for villagers. And yeah, we can have one villager in each of them. And we can also have signs up above them saying what trade they have, just like this one. And yeah, I'll show you a little bit of how this trading hall works because it's kind of automated. So basically, if you pick up a villager in a minecart, just like this, it goes and it gets ejected on the activator rail over there. And also, how this works is there's a pressure plate that the villagers are standing on, and when they have a pressure plate, when they're on the pressure plate, it deactivates this torch, which activates this torch, which deactivates this torch, which deactivates this activator rail, which stops the villagers from getting launched off. So basically that just means if there's a villager in the first cell, the next villager will go into the second cell. It's pretty simple. And I have 2 villagers in here. Oh yeah, I also have soul sand or soul soil on the ground here. I'm not sure if I like it, but it makes you go really fast. So if I build this really big, it'll be super convenient to get to the end of it. And yeah, the trading hall will actually need to be very big. Because I've made a list here of all of the enchanted books that we can get from villagers. There's a total of 37 different enchantments that we can get from librarians, and I rounded it up to 38 so I can have an even amount of villagers on each side. And also, it's sometimes nice to have Frostwalker 1 and Frostwalker 2 because those are nice for making different amounts of ice when you're walking across the water. For example, in ice farms. Anyways, let's start building up that massive librarian trading hall in survival. Alright, welcome back everybody, and here's the completed trading hall for the librarians. It looks super good, and it didn't take as long to build as I expected it would. Basically, we have 38 different cells for librarians, one on each of those pressure plates, and yeah, it looks really good. The soul sand, or the soul soil, is working really well to get to the end really fast. And now basically what I need to do is hook up the rail from up there to the rails in here. So yeah, let's do that now. I'm done with this rail up here. Looking very nice. Kind of gets in the way of the path a bit, but I think it'll be super convenient if we can connect up the same rail line to all of the different trading halls that we have here for the different professions. I do want to give this rail line a test just to make sure everything's working. So let's put a minecart here, just like we're a villager coming out of the trade selecting and zombifying area. And if we hold down forwards, we'll eventually... Okay, we're getting spat out the front, and we get dropped down right onto here. We turn left, and we get ejected. I'm just gonna assume everything's fine. Okay, now that we have all of that set up, I think it's time just to do the super grindy task of collecting all of those books. I mentioned that I wanted to get 38 of them, so that's probably going to take quite a while. Here's our first villager. All we have to do is put him in, and yeah. We immediately got one that we wanted, I think, because, well, there's 38 different ones that I want. So I'm going to go check that off on my list on my phone. Now we can actually lock this guy in. Perfect. Now we can zombify this guy. Hopefully he gets killed pretty fast. Oh, yeah, he got converted. So let's grab some weakness potions, put them in the dispenser, and splash him with one of those. Perfect. Now he started to cure. We also want to give him some fire resistance because zombie villagers will burn up in the air. Give him the fire resistance. Now send him off. Oh, send him off. Send him off. He's going. He's going. Nice, he got ejected perfectly. Hopefully he goes down before he runs out of fire resistance. So let's prompt him. There he is. Yeah, he already stopped burning up. And we also want to label this guy. He's got Lure 3. I'll die of that later. Now we basically just have to go through that same process 37 more times to get all of the books, and I'll be crossing them off as we go. This guy's got channeling, that's the one we want, so we'll do that. Oh no! Forgot to zombify him. This guy's got Luck of the Sea. Now let's cure this guy and send him off. Fire resistance. Now he's going. Third spot. And he should go down sometime soon. Mending. We got piercing 4 here. Oh my god. What the heck? Perfect. Oh, okay, that guy's stuck. Oh no, he's going. Nice, it actually worked out perfectly fine. Infinity here. Aqua Affinity. Feather Falling 4. I interrupt your regularly scheduled montage to bring you some breaking news. One of my villagers somehow escaped from the breeder. Yeah, I was trying to look at why maybe the breeder had stopped, and I came up here and one of the villagers just popped out. So I'm gonna have to go down and trap it before it somehow gets self-killed. There it is right there, as you can see. I want to grab a boat to put it in, probably. I wonder if we can lure it over here. Or maybe we can put it in this bed. Okay. Put it in the boat now. Oh my god. We'll probably get in the boat now. Finally. Alright, I'm gonna splash this guy with some instant health just to make sure he doesn't die. Alright, now I want to light this portal and send him into the nether. Okay. Now I need to get him to go in and out of the portal just so that he goes back to the overworld. His cooldown should be wearing off in a few seconds, and then we can push him back in. Okay, he went back through just all on his own, and hopefully we'll see that he's fallen down into the villager place. Okay, we'll have to push him. Sorry about this. Don't die. Okay, perfect. Okay. Wow, that was pretty stressful. I'm happy that we got the breeder fixed. It looks like the villagers have already started breeding again, and yeah, we already have one more baby villager, which is really good because we need to collect 8 more librarians in order to have all of the enchantments that I wanted. This room is almost filled up. Okay, I finally got it. My last villager, the Smite 5 villager. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, but I haven't really been caring because it takes me a really long time to swap all of these. Yeah, the last 4 probably took about as long as all of the other ones took to collect. But anyways, let's zombify this very last guy. Send him on his way now. And he gets ejected in the very last spot. The very final villager that we need, the Smite 5 Librarian. And now I can also get rid of this little fan club of escaped villagers that I just left here because I didn't want to kill them to decrease my reputation. But yeah, now that we're done, we can deal with them. Nice. Now that we've finally finished collecting all 38 of the librarian villager trades that I wanted, let's go take a look at them. And as you can see, this trading hall is really large. 38 villagers might not sound like a lot, but yeah, it's a really large area, and they definitely took a long time to collect. Not to mention they cause an absolute ton of lag. Anyways, we have a bunch of the book trades, and they're labeled up there with the dark oak signs, and each of them have reasonable prices for the books. They're usually about 1 to 30 diamonds, emeralds. Let's take a quick look at every single one of them. Even though these were really difficult to collect, I think they're going to be super useful to have, so that if I lose my gear or if I want to make more gear, I can always just trade with these villagers to get enchantments super easily. Unfortunately, when I was locking in all of those trades, I had to buy a bunch of books and at full price, so I spent a ton of emeralds on these. So yeah, I'm probably going to need to go AFK at my raid farm a little bit. But I think I'll do that between episodes because, yeah, that's definitely it for this episode. It was quite a lengthy one for me. So, hope you enjoyed watching, and goodbye.